Hello everyone, it's Martin Lush here again from NSF Health Sciences to take you through part two of the 6 to Fix in 6 on changing GMP behaviours in quality culture. Remember part one, we just talk you through the importance of behaviour change. We emphasise you can't force anybody to do anything new unless they intrinsically want to do it. And also we introduce you to our 6-step process based on our BMAT model. Remember the 4 essential components of changing behaviour. People need to be motivated, they need to have the ability, there needs to be a reminder, what we call the trigger event, and then we need to help, coach, mentor and support until that new behaviour actually becomes a habit. So that was our 6-step process, and what I want to do on part 2 is just to focus on what is arguably the most important step in behaviour change, which is making people able to do the new behaviour, principally by simplifying the new behaviour, because unless it is a lot simpler than the old, why on earth would they change? Just look at ability as adding oil. This is where you are simplifying, you are removing the friction to enable the new behaviour to be adopted with relative ease. If you don't, if that new behaviour is older, it is harder because you've added complexity, you've introduced more steps, people won't change. They'll change for maybe an hour, 2 hours, a day at the most, but they will lapse back into the old behaviour simply because it's easier to do. So this is a really, really important step in changing people's behaviour. This is just a success story to show you what is possible. We helped a company reduce their deviations by 67%. It took 6 months to do that because it does take time to change behaviour, so never give up too soon. But the value to the business was tremendous. Not only did it generate $2.7 million in savings, it also significantly reduced the company's risk and regulatory exposure. How did we achieve that? Well, through the 2-day course that we ran on the site, we actually focused on 4 behaviours. We changed those behaviours to get the results that I've just described. We got them to do the Gemba, to go to the scene faster, in fact within 10 minutes. We changed their behaviour towards root cause by referring to error chain instead. We changed their behaviour and their attitude from deviations being seen as painful inconveniences to learning opportunities, which is what they are. And we also changed their attitude from Kappa, which is reactionary, quick-fit firefighting, to one of Paka, which is focusing on prevention rather than that band-aid treatment that so often people do. So really ability means making the new behaviour easier. So whenever you're changing from old to new, make sure that you've added the oil, the lubrication, to make that new behaviour simpler. In other words, you simplify either the processes, you simplify the procedures, you provide the tools, and of course you provide the education that supports it as well. Now, if you want more information on simplification, just go to our library of resources, download this journal, and it talks through in extensive detail this process that we at NSF use to great success in helping our clients simplify anything from deviations to batch records to quality systems to SOPs. First and foremost, step one, you take a small group of really, really smart people. You've got to make sure that the users, those that use that system, those that use that procedure are fully engaged. You make sure they're focused, there's no distraction. We use what we call the FedEx days, where we take them off-site for just 1 day. We focus on the core purpose. We get them to map the process, including all of the tribal knowledge, including all of the shortcuts that are there, but you don't actually know what they are. So that process map describes reality. We then apply what we call brutal thinking, which is a facilitated process where we really challenge each step of the process and remove anything that adds no value whatsoever. What's really important in simplification is give people not quite enough time. If you give them too much time, guess what? They overthink and they overcomplicate. If you give them not quite enough time, they're really forced just to focus on the basics. But what is really important at the end of any simplification process is that leadership commit to implementing. So, that's a summary of our simplification process. Simplification is the same as oil. It lubricates the behavior change process because you've made the new behavior easier. Now, what I've just covered here and also in part 1 is described in considerable detail on our course on changing GMP behaviors. So if you really want an insight into the detail and how to achieve the same return on investment for deviations or SOPs, just give me a call. And your call to action is this: please go to this link for a full and comprehensive list of some fantastic resources that are there, packed full of essential content that will make your life easier. White papers, podcasts, videos, they're all there for you to access and they're all free. Please share this with others. Don't forget our journal. It's published every 3 months, packed full of content. Our app will take you to these resources faster than anything else. And as always, with all of these 6 to Fix in 6 videos, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, just drop me an email on that email address. And lastly, I hope you've really enjoyed this video. If you have done, please remember to like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much and see you on the next one.